Hello, everybody. My name is Carissa, and I'm the Education and Development Manager for Nursing Education and Training Australia. In this video, we will be talking about nursing registration in Australia and its different process, the steps, and what we do at Neta to help you become a registered nurse here in Australia. So let's get started. So, just a quick fact about Neta. We are the leading providers of the outcome based assessment preparation course for overseas nurses in Australia, which we will be discussing later. What is this outcome based assessment? We are also very student centered, people focused, and outcome oriented. So, in our delivery of our classes, we make sure that the students are looked after. We make sure that the students are actually on the right direction of their preparation, and we are very people focused. What you can see with our educators, our staff, and also our students is that we really focus on them, and the support you can see it's very strong. And of course, we're outcome oriented. We just don't want to deliver the best. We also want to see the outcome that you actually do pass your test. And majority of the NCLEX and OSCE pass majority of the NCLEX and OSCE candidates pass for this exam that they are going through, that they're going to do. And also, we do have quite a number of successful RNs who are now working as a registered nurse in Australia. So far, as of today, which is the 28th of September 2021, we're the leading institute that has the highest number of successful RNs. We actually have 21 students already who passed the NCLEX and OSCE, and they're now registered nurses. So that is very exciting. So let's talk about being a registered nurse in Australia, because I know that those who probably would not know the whole process, I think it is quite important for overseas nurses to actually know how are you going to become a registered nurse here in Australia. So the first question that probably you will have is, are you eligible to become a registered nurse in Australia? And I think that's quite important because you do not want to proceed in the process if you are not eligible. So majority of our overseas students always ask us this question. Some of our students actually do already know the first step, but those who do not know the first step, this is the first question that they ask us. Am I eligible to become a registered nurse in Australia? What we normally do is for you to actually do your self check. So if you go to our website, which is www.nursingeta.com, you will see this pink tile at the bottom of the page, which has the word self check. You just need to click on that. And once you click on that, it will lead you to the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Australia website. So it will then let you do your self-check. The questions there are quite easy. It will ask you about your qualifications and also the university where you finish those qualification. It will also ask you about whether or not you have taken a few examinations and if you have got registration from other countries as well. So it is very simple. Towards the end of the self-check, it will ask you to register and you need to make an account through the Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency, or APRA. So once you have that account, it will actually then show to you what is the process or the pathway like. There are different streams that you will be assigned to or classified to. In majority of the cases, the students who are qualified overseas, specifically in countries like Philippines, Nepal, India, South America, a few from Italy as well, they are then classified as Stream B candidates. If you are classified as a Stream A candidate, you will then proceed to the registration straight away. If you are classified as a Stream B candidate, that is when Neta is here to help you, because you will see that part 4 and 5 is actually the examination that you're going to take. And it is where we come through because we are going to provide the preparation class for you. So let's talk about every step. Let's talk about the steps, the pathway, and the fee that you are going to actually to spend, because it's quite important for us to know how much we are going to spend. So the first step of that process is you are going to pay 640 Australian dollars of internationally qualified nurses and midwife fee, or we call the IQNM fee. And that is only for one day, not even one day. Once you pay for it, you're done with step one, and then you proceed to step two. The purpose of the fee is for APRA to continue your process for orientation part one and to your portfolio, so that they are able to assess whether or not you're qualified to become a registered nurse. The pathway is there. It may change in the middle of your process, because there might be some documents that will help you with your uh, to, that will help with the classification. So sometimes they put you on a stream B candidate, but because you do have some qualifications from somewhere else, like UK, for example, and sometimes they do consider those qualifications and pathways and cases. So then you become a stream A candidate. So then that is the reason why you need to pay 640 Australian dollars, just to make sure that you, because there's manpower there, there's assessment that they have to do there. So that is the purpose of the fee. So you are going to pay this once you are ready to start the process. So after the self-check, which is free, it will show, or it will lay down to you what is the process like. And if you're happy to do that, then you are then going to do step one, which is the IQNM fee. With your step one, you need to pay this directly to APRA. So you need to have a debit card or a credit card with you to be able to pay this straight to APRA. Once you're done, APRA will then send you the link in your profile on an e-learning. So it is an electronic learning about the Australian healthcare system and the nurses in Australia. So this is your orientation part one, which is quite exciting, because you will have a glimpse of what it is like to be a registered nurse in Australia and what are the expectations of you as a registered nurse in Australia. Majority of our students actually say that this will be finished in one day's time. Some of them finish it in 2 hours, some of them have finished it in 4 hours, and really it depends on your pace. So this is self-paced learning. You have 3 months as well to access this if you don't have the time, but obviously if you want to continue the process, you'll make time for it. So we've put here one day, because once you get started, it will finish in one day's time. Once you're done um, with your orientation part one, that's when you need to go to your portfolio. And your portfolio is also for one day. You need to have your certified copies of your documents, which would be your qualification and also your proof of identity. So these are all certified copies. And if you need guidance with the certification, or how should a document be certified, please don't hesitate to contact us, and we will send you the link from the APRA website itself. The next one is your multiple choice question, if this is part of your pathway. And this is where you need to pay 350 USD. This is in US dollars, and this is through the NCSPN through Pearson VUE. So there are two steps here. The first one is to pay 200 US dollars, and this is when you will be registering for your authorization to take, or your ATT. Once you have your ATT, that is also the time that you can book for your exam. And that's when you pay the next 150 US dollars. So in that case, it's 350 USD for you to be able to take your multiple choice question, or MCQ, or we call it the NCLEX at this stage. Once you're finished with your NCLEX, then you proceed to step 5, which is then your OSCE. So OSCE is payable directly to APRA, which is 4,000 Australian dollars, and this is your objective structured clinical examination. So the OSCE is at this point is delivered or conducted in South Australia in Adelaide, and this is self-funded by the students. So you need to pay for your accommodation and also for your airfare to go there. And then once you're done with the OSCE, once you pass, then you will then apply for your registration, which then would cost $175. It's actually $180 now. And majority of our students have waited 2 to 3 months to actually obtain the registration from the OSCE stage. So what does Neta do? We do come here during your portfolio stage when you need to have a support and a preparation course. So we do deliver the MCQ or the NCLEX and the OSCE review or the preparation course. So there has been few changes with our courses, and we do have another video on how do we deliver our courses and how much do they cost. Please feel free to contact the office because you need to have the most up-to-date price, and you also have to have the most up-to-date type of program. But we do deliver these courses for you. So if you look into the documents for your step 1, which is your IQNM fee, no documentation required. You only need to have your card with you to be able to proceed to the payment. For your orientation part 1, you don't have any documents required. And this is because you need to do this via your e-learning platform. For your portfolio, you need to have your proof of identity. And if you're an overseas nurse and you're overseas at the moment, what you are required is only a certified copy of your passport. If you are already in Australia, then you need to have the proof of 100 points of identity. And if you're in Australia, you would know what does that mean. If you don't know the 100 points of identity proof for APRA, please do contact the office and we will provide you with a link. Then you need to have the certified copies of your qualifications as well. And this would be your bachelor's degree. And these are other qualifications that you have related to nursing. Some of the registration officers or the ones that are assessing your documents may ask for your certificate of registration as well from your home country. So better make that ready. All of these documents need to be certified true copies. Once you're done with your portfolio, the documents that you require for MCQ is nothing. You just need to make sure that you have been approved by APRA to be able to register for your NCLEX. If you'd like to come and do the preparation with Neta, we just need to have your proof of identity. We need to make sure that you are the ones applying for the preparation. And we also want to see whether or not you are really qualified to do the preparation. And so that would be your self-check report that says the MCQ and the OSCE. For your OSCE preparation, no documentation required. You will already have it in your dashboard, in your profile, that you need the OSCE. So APRA will not require you any documents. However, from our end, if you'd like to review your OSCE, we will then need a proof that you have passed your NCLEX and also your proof of identity. And then for your registration, you need different types of supporting documentation. And we will be discussing that here today because I know that this is very popular and it's got a popular questions in our group. If you have not joined yet, please do join Nursing Registration Australia group in Facebook. It is a very informative group and there is a community of overseas nurses there, and you can ask questions and feel free to open a discussion there as well because we do help our overseas registered nurses. It's a safe space in there. All right, so the first one that they will ask you is your criminal history registration because it is part of the standard, and this is where you need to provide your history of your like police check and your international police check. There will be links provided to you in the dashboard when you're able to reach to step 6, which is your application for registration. Your English language skills. So I have opened the document that APRA has provided, and it says here in this document that if you have 5 years of equivalent study in an English speaking country that is recognized by Australia, then you don't need to have your proof of your English language skills. And there are students that have, studied in UK, in America, in Singapore, or in Norway. There would be list, and the list could be also updated. So whatever country that I said, please disregard those. We need to go through the list of those countries. Or if you have had studied in Australia for 5 years already, or 5 years full-time equivalent, then you don't have to provide your English test. If you have not studied for 5 years, then you need to provide test results. So the first one here is number 4, which says test results for your IELTS, which is a minimum of 7 in each 4 of the components of the exam. You can have this in 2 test sittings within the next 6 months. So from the time that you took your first sitting, then within the next 6 months, you need to have your next one. And all of this should show the 7. So say, for example, you've got 6.5 in writing in the beginning. Then when you when you take your second sitting within the next 6 months, your rating will be 7. Then you can provide that to APRA. There should be no score in any component that is below 6.5, and then that document will be considered valid. You also have your OET with a minimum score of B, and also you can do your PTE academic with a minimum score of 65 in each component, which is the listening, reading, writing, and the speaking. There is also TOEFL, which says that you need to have 24 for listening, 24 for reading, 27 for writing, and 23 for speaking. So this document can be found in the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Australia, and feel free to contact us and we can send you the link as well for this one. The next one is your continuing professional development. And once you are a registered nurse through Neta, we are very proud to say that Neta actually do deliver these continuing professional development courses. You need to maintain 20 hours of your CPDs when you are a registered nurse in Australia. And we always tell our successful candidates that do not worry about this one, because once you enroll with us through our support program, once you are done with your registration, support continues, and we do provide CPDs for you. And this would include from care of a central venous access devices, to management and assessment of wounds, to pain management. There are so many education that we do provide to you. The next one is your recency of practice. So your recency of practice is 450 hours of your clinical practice post registration, after you became a registered nurse in your home country. We do have some students who do not meet the 450 hours. And what it says here in this document is that it has 450 hours of practice or a successful completion of a program or assessment approved by the NMBA. So the assessment, which is the MCQ and the Youroski, is actually approved by the NMBA, and this may be considered. You can contact APRA or the NMBA, because it will be case-to-case basis. We do have a couple of students who do not meet the 450 hours and have been told by the case officer that the successful completion of the outcome-based assessment is actually, or will already cover the recency of practice, which is quite good. But again, please do confirm with the NMBA, because it may be a case-to-case basis as well. And what do you need here? all you need is to prove to APRA that you have worked 450 hours of your clinical practice within the last 5 years. And there is also a template for your certificate of employment, and we do help our students as well with that one when you reach your step 6, which is your registration process. And the last one is your professional indemnity insurance. And it is a statutory declaration, or that you declare to APRA that by the time that you get registered, then you need to enroll yourself to have a professional indemnity insurance arrangement. And we do help our students with this one. It is it is very important for you to actually have a professional indemnity insurance, and we do help our students acquire this as well. um, we do have the nursing and midwifery council, and there are a number of an Australian federation as well in nursing, and there are a number of companies that actually provide professional indemnity insurance. I am a member of New South Wales Nurses and Midwifery Association. All right, so let's proceed to the next process. So that is your step 6, and that is your registration. So I hope it's clear with you and with everybody. All right, so let's proceed to our successful candidates. We want you to be like this in the future. So this is one of the pride that we hold in NETA. Obviously, we can't fit everybody here, but yes, we want you to be one of these students who are successful in their journey as registered nurses. This is how you will appear in the APRA register. So if you go to the APRA website and you go through the register of practitioners, you can actually see and you can actually search for the registered nurses, and even your educators, you can also search, and you can also see what type of registration do they have. This is how we hold our classes. This is part of the Youroski classes that we do hold. And the first photo here is the one that we did hold in Queensland. The second one is the one that we hold in Sydney. And this one is in Adelaide. This one is again in Sydney. This one is in Adelaide, another one in Sydney, and then we do have as well in Melbourne. So we do deliver this interstate. So if you do have relatives with you who lives in the different, in different states of Australia, please feel free to also contact us. We do hold our vision and mission and our values very dearly, because this is how we work in Neta. So we as an education provider believes that you are already very knowledgeable because you do have your registration overseas, you do hold a qualification, and that you're all learning to prepare for the exam, because we're all registered nurses here. The difference is I'm a registered nurse in Australia and your educators are, and we're here to support you to be able to become one. We do support you with all the aspects of preparation, from work-life balance to making sure that you have your well-being is also being looked after while you're doing your preparation. We do respect that we do come from different backgrounds, and it is very good, to be honest, because it's just good to have different cultures. I am one of a living legend who's got a multicultural family, so I do uphold respect. Teamwork is very important for us as well. No one in the in the class wants people to fail there, so everybody is just helping each other to make sure that they will pass the exam. And you can also see that in the Neta staff, that we help each other to be able to deliver what is good and what is the best for you. We do hold transparency, and whatever you hear from us, it is genuine and it is very true. We can vouch for that, and you can see that in our marketing, how we are very transparent to our students. So whatever you see in us in marketing, rest assured that it is the truth and the factual information. I myself has been a registered nurse overseas, and I know how hard it is to actually know the whole process from beginning to the end. And it was very hard for me as well to actually get good guidance. And so because we did 99.9% of our educators are overseas qualified nurses. So we do know the um, we do know the process, and we do know your feelings as to how we are going through each step. So we are here to actually support you. So our NCLEX and Aussie classes, they're all blended learning because we know that everybody learns in different pace and everybody has different types of learning. So we cover each type of the learning process. Our educators and myself have qualifications in clinical education and in adult education, and we know how to address your learning needs. And trust us, we always teach each time in the clinical area, in the classroom environment. So we do address your needs. We do this also online and via live teleconferences, and we do some face to face as well when it comes to your OSCE. All of these resources are accessible within the next 6 months, but because of different circumstances that is, beyond our control, it could be that your family circumstances, or it could be the worldwide circumstance, which is which is COVID, for example. So we do have different types of circumstances. And yes, we do provide extension of access depending on your need. Student support is available at all times. And so, as our library services, we do lend books for you as well. All of the process and all of the resources are now integrated in the program, whether it's in your learners portal or whether it is in your whether it is in sorry, it's my son. Whether it's in your learners portal, whether it's in your workbook, it is there. However, if you really would like to have that tangible thing that you want to read, rest assured it is also there available for you. So our NCLEX at the moment, and I'm talking about the most current NCLEX, which is today, the 28th of September, 2021. We are talking about a 3-month or a 12 weeks program, and this is only a recommendation. It still would depend on your access, on your pace. So the first step is that you need to attend the orientation, and you will need to attend your online learning via the Learners Portal, which is for 4 weeks. And then you will also have your Wednesday classes, which is you can attend morning session 9 to 11 or evening session 6 to 8. Or if you're not confident, you can attend both sessions, morning and evening. And these are Wednesday classes. And we will be talking about question strategies here. Right after your Wednesday classes and the completion of your Learners Portal, then you will need to attend your mock test. And you do have a timeline suggestion of 4 weeks, and you will do one mock test a day. And you will then register for intensive coaching and your polishing session. You will then attend your intensive coaching, which is 5 full days of live teleconference. So you will then learn and integrate everything that you have learned and prepared during your class, and this is for 5 full days. You can attend as many intensive coaching actually as you want within the period of the 6 months of access. And depending on your circumstances, you may extend as well. So you might attend 3, 4, 5, 6 final coaching, which is very beneficial for you. Once you're done with your intensive coaching, you then bring all your learnings from the intensive coaching and check your preparedness. So there is a readiness test available for you. So you will have 2 weeks as a suggested timeline for that. And you can take one readiness test per day. Then that's also the time that you attend your polishing session. Your polishing session is a one-on-one conversation with your educator, and your educator will actually recommend you of what are the things that you still need to do and what are the things that can help you improve to be able to be prepared for the test. There's a one-on-one conversation, and this one is actually very supportive. This is just for your educator to actually check whether or not you're ready to take the test. So it is very supportive, and we really encourage our students to actually have a look and attend to this session. Youroski is, again, as of today, which is the 28th of September 2021. This may change in the future, so please feel free to ask the most recent program prior to enrollment. But you do have your mandatory orientation. Then you need to attend your self-paced learning via your learner's portal. You do have a workbook to complete, attend your 2 weeks of online classes, and you attend your 5 days of face-to-face learning, all accessible again within the next 6 months. So when there is a face-to-face available, you can attend to that. And we make sure that after your online class, you attend your face-to-face, and just before you take your test, we will also assure that you will again have your face-to-face. And if there are any face-to-faces in between, and it is available for you and in your state, we do encourage you to actually join. The other one is very new to us, and as of the 28th of September. But we have been doing this for the September intake group. We do actually hold virtual face-to-faces and also some dry run. It is a one-on-one, real, close to real. The feeling is real. It's a virtual OSCE. So our students have given us a feedback that it was really good because it really made them prepared emotionally as well and mentally. And so as with their knowledge, it actually made them prepared, and they can feel how it is in the real OSCE. So we do provide dry runs as well for our students. Then we do have the briefing session just before you take your exam. We do talk to everybody, prepare you, and it's more of an open discussion, and it is our briefing session. And of course, right after your test, we do hold debriefing sessions. We do uphold the integrity of the exam, so all of our students know that we do uphold the integrity of the exam, and at the same time we do uphold what you have signed in your confidentiality. So the type of support that we actually give you during your debriefing is more of a professional support, making sure that you're well, making sure that you can cope with the anxiety of waiting for the result of your test. And so we do hold that as well. Our educators, if you go to www.nursingeta.com, you can actually see our educators in there. So you go to our website and just go to About Us and our team, and you can see our educators. And you can also actually search us in the upper register, so you know how long we have been registered in Australia. And also you can see if we do have any special notes from APRA. So all of our educators are very knowledgeable in their own specialty, and also they have wealthy of experience and post-grad qualifications in teaching and also in clinical education. So please feel free to browse and see our lovely educators in there. We're so proud of the educators, because majority of our students are actually saying that it is one of the factors that actually help them because of the extensiveness of knowledge and skills from the educators. So I'm so proud of that one. So I think that is the concept of the whole registration process, and how we are here in NETA have helped you. So let's connect. We cannot wait for your message, whether or not it is about a registration process or whether or not it is for your preparation of the exam. We are here to help, and And we are here to actually guide you throughout your journey as a registered nurse. Very excitingly and very pleasingly, we do help our nurses with employment as well. So if that is something that you're looking into in the future with sponsorship, we're able to connect you with health facilities that do offer that. And also to different states in Australia that offers a state sponsorship. We will be able to connect you as well, and we will help you with the process. So thank you very much, everyone, for listening. And please feel free to look into our other videos, because we do have demo classes as well. And we do have a lot of information that we do share, because we believe that sharing of information is very important. And one last thing, if you could please make a comment in that comment section below. What are the topics that you would like me to discuss when it comes to nursing registration in Australia? I would be very glad to consider that, and we can make some videos for you. So please make some comments, and please tell us what are the things that you'd like to learn and you'd like to know more when it comes to being a registered nurse in Australia. Whatever comes in your mind. Please don't forget to follow us in Facebook. Our name is Neta OBA. But also, we do have a page which is Nursing Education and Training Australia. You can contact us via Messenger as an instant chat. Actually, you can go to our website as well. And there is a live chat as well in there if you'd like to. We do have Instagram, and also this YouTube videos, and WhatsApp if you're overseas. Our number is also available for WhatsApp. And also, if you would like to join the discussion and the community of overseas nurses who would like to also, or who is in the same boat as you are free to please join Nursing Registration Australia group. Thank you so much, and goodbye for now. Thanks. Bye.